National Weather Service, this is Jonathan Blaze with our routine weekly weather briefing here for Central North Carolina. It's been an active few days here across much of the southeast, and looks like that may continue, although in a slightly diminished manner here for the next day or so. First, let's take a look at the weather map. On the weather map today, in the upper left part of the screen, you'll see a frontal system stretching from the mid-Atlantic into a weak area of low pressure near the Mason-Dixon line and Ohio Valley, with a cold front trailing into the Mississippi Valley. Out ahead of that frontal system, we have a warm and humid air mass in place, and we've had multiple rounds of showers and thunderstorms move across the region over the past day or two, including one that moved through last night, especially in our southern areas overnight, that produced some locally heavy rain and lightning, and then another area of showers of a little bit weaker form moving across the Piedmont this morning. That frontal system will slowly shift east today and will move across our area, Central North Carolina, on Friday. And then by Saturday, that front will be off the coast with a cooler and drier air mass beginning to move into our region. It's worth noting, though, that there is an upper level system that will be skirting by just to our north on Saturday that doesn't show up on the surface map. And then for Sunday and Monday, the weather map features this area of high pressure that builds into our area with much quieter, drier, and cooler temperatures for both Sunday, Mother's Day, and for Monday, with another storm system approaching on Wednesday. And we'll get into some more details here over the next few slides talking about these features. For the rainfall for the upcoming 5 days, we do have some rain in the forecast for Central North Carolina for today and into tonight. The greatest areas of rain are likely to be across the southwest, meaning locations out toward and near Charlotte and then down to Fayetteville, with some spotty light rain and showers across the region for today into this evening, with a few embedded thunderstorms as well. For Friday, that cold front will be making its way across our region, and we do expect showers and thunderstorms to perhaps become a little bit more numerous as we head into the coastal plain and coastal regions. So the best chance of showers and storms on Friday will be south and east of Raleigh, and to be honest, probably greatest in the Fayetteville and Goldsboro areas. To the west and northwest, rain chances will decrease, and also the potential for heavier rain and more widespread rain will decrease. So the greater threat for rain on Friday is to the east and southeast. And then for Saturday, most of us will be dry. We can't rule out a brief shower as an upper level disturbance moves across the area. That rain will likely be very short-lived and light in nature and very isolated. But if you're the locations with the greatest threat are likely near the Virginia border and out in the Triad. And as we mentioned earlier, dry weather is expected for Sunday. Should be a real pretty day with seasonable temperatures, lots of sunshine, and a real nice day for Mother's Day. And that continues into Monday before the next storm system approaches from the southwest. So looking at the severe weather threat for the next few days, this map has changed a couple times over the past handful of hours. Most notably for today, for Thursday, we had a much greater risk of severe weather, at least that was anticipated during the previous couple shifts. But as our thunderstorm complexes have kind of moved through the area and the air mass has stabilized a good deal, the slight risk for severe storms has been downgraded to a marginal risk. And to be quite honest, that's a pretty marginal risk for much of us. If I were to carve out an area with the greatest threat of a stronger severe storm today, that would be an axis from down near perhaps Lumberton and Fayetteville and up to Goldsboro. Locations north and west there, like in the Triad and even near the Virginia border, probably have little to no threat of a stronger severe storm. In Virginia, there's an area of stronger storms possible, and also certainly to our south in Georgia and South Carolina. But here in North Carolina, we're kind of sandwiched in between. And any kind of storms that would become stronger severe today would likely be redeveloping in our east toward the coastal plain and moving east. So they likely would be, not storms that sweep across the area per se. Worth noting, tomorrow, the threat of rain and convection tomorrow is increasing, and it looks like that front will be slower to push through, and the air mass will remain a little bit more unstable for a longer period of time. And with a good deal of wind in the atmosphere, thunderstorms that do develop could become organized and may have the potential of producing some large hail and even some wind damage. Again, the greatest threat would be south and east of Raleigh, perhaps from Wadesboro over to Fayetteville and up to Goldsboro. But this forecast is a little bit lower confidence, and to be honest, is probably trending a little bit stormier, and with the convective threat and severe weather threat, perhaps shifting a little bit more north and west with time. So keep an eye on the forecast for tomorrow on Friday. Out toward the Triad, up near Virginia border, the severe weather threat should be non-existent, looks like. And then we have quieter weather again for the weekend into Sunday and Monday. The excessive rainfall outlook, this marginal risk across our area is likely a bit overdone and probably includes thoughts that the showers today would be more widespread than they look like they're going to be. So that threat really is decreasing. So the key point here is that with storm coverage trending downward, we expect the threat of flash flooding has decreased significantly. And looking further beyond out to the 8 to 14 day outlook, and this takes us out into the third week really of May. The forecast for temperatures looks like a pretty good chance of above normal temperatures averaging out during that period, especially near the coast, and a chance of near normal precipitation, perhaps maybe slightly above normal. In general, we're kind of trending toward a little bit of a warmer and a little bit stormier kind of setup there, although there's not a signal for widespread precipitation per se. But certainly feeling a little bit more summer-like as we start heading into the third week of January. Real quick note on the drought, we did have abnormally dry conditions across just about all of our area last week. You can see that in the small map insert at the bottom of the screen. With the showers and storms we've had over the past handful of days, that abnormally dry area in the western Piedmont has been largely carved away, but still in our east, the rainfall amounts weren't as plentiful, and conditions there are a little bit more mixed in terms of drying here over the past handful of weeks. Our experimental hazardous weather outlook chiclet diagram here for today shows some limited and marginal risk of storms and thunderstorm wind and hail kind of threats with lightning as well. Again, the greatest threats in those locations are for those risks would be locations to the south and east of Raleigh, and that's similar again on Friday. And if you notice for Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, we're largely in the clear here with no real hazards expected. Although Sunday could be turning a little drier with some gusty winds, perhaps raising a little bit of concern for fire weather. But all in all, once we get through Friday, the weather does turn quieter as we head into the weekend and early next week. So just hitting some quick highlights. Scattered showers and a few storms are expected today into this evening. If we're looking for a stronger storm, that would be most likely across the southeast and east in the coastal plain. For most of us, the severe weather threat today has greatly diminished, and that's good news. Quiet tonight. We do not expect any thunderstorms to kind of roll through overnight, waking everybody up, so that's some good news. And then tomorrow, thunderstorm coverage will be scattered, but there is a limited threat of a stronger severe storm, especially south and east of Raleigh, down in the Fayetteville and Goldsboro areas. Just a small risk of a shower sprinkle on Saturday afternoon or evening, and very nice and seasonable conditions for Sunday and Monday. A quick look at the temperatures there for the Raleigh area are shown at the bottom, and you'll see temperatures are quite pleasant for much of the next 5 days. So with that, I'll pause for any conditions and end the recorded session here of the briefing, and I'll see what kind of questions we have and see if I can help you out with those.